Right now I'm riding the premier overnight train in America, baby. I'm on the Empire Builder.
After 22 hours, the Empire Builder is halfway between Chicago and Seattle, my final destination.
We've traveled over 900 miles from Illinois, Wisconsin to Minnesota, and now we're in North Dakota.
And the halfway point means we've got to recharge in Myatt, North Dakota before heading into the mountains.
There's a lot to be done. They have to refresh the potable water, they have to do an inspection of the train, they have to take out the trash.
Potable water is used for bathing, cooking, and drinking on the train. And on a passenger train like this one, running out is not an option.
We've been almost 1,000 miles, so most of the water's been used up. This is where they put more water in. Can I get this for you? This water hose? Yeah. All right, we're going to refresh the potable water in the train. Got to clean it off. Where'd it go? Right in there? Okay. Cleaning it off because this is drinking water too. So then we're going to put it right in there. This thing's going to fill up until it overflows. They'll know it's full. On a train like this, I guarantee it's empty. A lot of people have gone a long ways. This is a very important stop for this train.
We're done filling up our water tanks. It's time to get back on our journey. The water on the Empire Builder is mostly used for drinking and bathing. But back when steam trains ran along this line, water played a crucial role in keeping the locomotives running. In a coal-fired steam train, energy is produced by burning coal to heat water, turning the water into steam. But once the coal was burned, train crews had to get rid of the burnt ash.
Keeping a steam locomotive running was a filthy job. One thing they had to do after every trip was empty the burnt ashes from the coal up here above.
The ash from the burnt coal sits on a bed of grates until the crew is ready to dispose of it.
I've never seen this, so explain it to me.
All right, as soon as the fireman's going to dump the ash, you'll see the ash come down. We're going to flood the entire pan with water. That'll put out all the ashes so we don't have to worry about burning the ties that are underneath the locomotive.
I guess it's kind of like dumping out the barbecue pit after you had a big roast, except it's the size of a double bed.
Absolutely, the ash pan is huge.
What would happen if you just let this go and didn't do it, let the ash build up?
Well, if the ash built up inside the ash pan, it would eventually reach the height of the grate, and the heat from the fire would actually melt the grates, which are made of cast iron.
Anybody ever done that?
Yeah.
And if there's no grate, there's nothing to keep the fire and the heat contained in the firebox or coal stove. The heat wouldn't be concentrated enough to boil the water, and the locomotive wouldn't run.
All right, Bruce, it looks like we're about ready to go.
Okay, ready, set, dump them.
The ash in that pan is 2,000 degrees, so this is where the water comes in.
You're looking at something right now that you're just inches from it, and it's 2,000 degrees.
The water breaks down the ash into smaller pieces while also cooling it down.
We're going to use the injector, which normally puts water in the boiler. We're going to divert the water so that it actually fills the ash pan and cools off the burnt coal.
The heat from the ash means a constant threat of getting burned.
Ow! Hot! That's some nasty looking water!
The crew then has to carefully dispose of the lava-like ash. It's no longer 2,000 degrees, but it still feels pretty hot to me.
Wow, it's hot! Looks like some kind of bubbling hot swamp from the prehistoric area.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Whoa! Wow, that's some nasty stuff!
Once the ash pan is cleared out, a new fire is lit, and the steam engine can get up and running again.
No bugs in the teeth sticking your head out the window? Watching the countryside roll by.
We've just gone through North Dakota and are nearing the base of the Rocky Mountains.
This is one of the wildest places in the entire country. We've basically gone from like the easiest conditions in Montana, just flat out running, to like in 5 minutes we're up here in the mountains and down to the most difficult conditions.
In the 1870s, crossing the Rockies by train seemed impossible. Elevations ran up to 10,000 feet. No railroad would dare run tracks up that high. In fact, James J. Hill's plans to build through these huge mountains were known as Hill's Folly. Undaunted, he scoured the Rockies for a way through. On December 11, 1889, Hill's surveyors found the answer: Mariah's Pass. 100 miles long and 6 miles wide, it is less than half the height of the surrounding peaks.
James J. Hill found the perfect crossing for his train right here at Mariah's Pass.
Within months, Hill's path through the Rockies was complete. The route over Mariah's Pass led to an even bigger discovery. The pass sits on the southern edge of what is now known as Glacier National Park, a 1,500 square mile wilderness with over 700 lakes, 1,000 species of plants, and hundreds of types of animals. The Great Northern Railway introduced America's Switzerland to the world. The landscape is